Bernard Cornwell. You're such a good author. Winter King is a good book. But I'm not going to talk about that today. Happy New Year, everyone. Wait a minute. It's February. Huh. Well, well, geez. Everyone must have been away from their posts for a while. Oh, don't you start. I know. I could have done videos about things that aren't current, but I was pressed for time, and I was busy and lazy, and... Okay, I didn't do that. But we're back. Back with more TMNT. That's what we have for now. And even now I'm late with that as well. But anyway, we've got TMNT back. Beware the Batman. We might have lost Beware the Batman, but who knows? There's still a chance. Yeah, Total Drama Island and Korra probably won't be. We probably won't be seeing them until later this year, and who knows when we'll see the next Transformers. If a new X-Men show, a new X-Men animated show comes out, there's a chance I might review that. There's a good chance, because I miss Wolverine and the X-Men. Hey, that's something to do. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about last week's the good, the bad, and the Casey Jones. And yeah, I'm going to talk about that episode 8. So here's my non-spoiler review. What a fun this was a fun episode. It follows certain tropes that have been introduced with Casey Jones and Raph. So if you're familiar with that, you'll be in good company. It's got a lot of good special effects. Especially certain fight scenes and certain action scenes are really great. It's got good reference to previous series. It's just a lot. It's just a very fun episode. The lesson seems like it was done before in the episode right before it, but it's a decent enough follow-up, and it's actually kind of cool that it follows up with Raph again after his whole experience with Slash. And that's so, like I said, really fun episode. Check it out. I'd recommend it. You'll enjoy it, and it pushes the plot forward. That's non-spoiler. Now for spoiler, yay! Okay, like I said. Anyway, Casey Jones opens up the episode with a nice little monologue talking about how he has to fight back against the mutants, and he puts on this costume. He's got the hockey stick, he's got other armaments. I think he's got a bat, he's got some kind of an electric thing he can kind of to shock people. And it's nice because they do it against the black background when you see him. So he strikes a really cool action pose. And while it's a bit melodramatic as compared to the other Casey Jones I've known as a kid, 2003 show, it's still pretty cool. I like his mask. I think I'm a little bit confused. Is it a hockey mask with painted to look like a skull, or is it actually a soft mask that's a skull mask? I'm pretty sure it's a hockey mask. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it's a hockey mask with paintings that make it look like a skull. It's very cool. It's very cool. So anyway, Raph, we start out the episode proper with the Turtles doing some training. Of course, Mikey and Donnie get whipped. And it's down to Raph and Leo. Leo manages to beat Raph, but Raph follows up by attacking him when he's kneeling before Master Splinter, and we deal with more of Raph's anger issues in this episode. Now, I think he's maybe a little still upset after the whole Slash debacle, and yeah, maybe it's kind of showing in this one. Anyway, he goes out, and we also get to see our favorite the Purple Dragons again in this, who Casey Jones attacks and is beating the crap out of when Raph sees him. Raph tries to calm him down and tell him to cool off, and they get into a pretty good fight, which goes on for quite a while. It's a nice fight. Raph manages to get the best of Casey, but Casey gets away. Now, anyway, we get a nice cameo by Irma later in the episode, and that's actually really cool that they introduced her, and it's pretty casual, and she's in high school with April, and yeah, that's nice. They did a good job. Raph considers his anger issues and decides that he has to calm down. Now, again, I just realized not only have we followed this with the previous episode, we've dealt with his anger issues back in the first season with the Spider Bites episode. I don't mind. I just kind of mind retreading over the same lesson. It's okay to have. I like this episode. It's just I just kind of mind retreading over the same lesson a little bit. I kind of mind the lessons sometimes, although a lot of them do work out, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. But anyway. Anyway. We continue the story. Let's see. I think what happens is Casey Jones follows Raph, if I remember correctly, because I haven't seen this in like a couple of weeks. But Casey Jones follows Raph to into the tunnels, to where the rest of the turtles are. They actually managed to overpower him pretty easily. He doesn't put up too good of a fight, but they're pretty strong, and I'll make mention of that in the next episode review, because the turtles are a little bit different from your average human, besides the obvious. And the very obvious. Anyway, some footbots follow Casey Jones back, and this... What happened to the regular Foot Clan? Where are they? And this is... I'll get into another problem. I'm talking about problems, but this is a really great episode. Anyway, April vouches for Casey Jones. It's actually kind of funny because Casey Jones is kind of afraid of rats, and Splinter kind of freaks him out, at least until later. A little bit later, he's kind of okay. Oh yeah, he makes a great joke. I love the joke that he makes about, oh, the turtles are Italian? No, I've named them after my famous Renaissance painters. Gee, Italian Renaissance painters. I wonder what they would have been named if it had been Spanish Renaissance painters. Or Impressionists. Or French Impressionists. Or the Beatles. Anyway, the footbots follow them back, and we get a big fight in the lair. It's actually, we cut away from it several times, but it's a pretty good fight as well. There's a lot of great fight scenes in this, and it's cool to see them all fighting together. I thought we'd have to wait till the season finale for that, and I hope we get that again. But it was really cool to see them all fight together. Has Splinter used that sword before? I can't remember. Even April manages to do pretty well with her fan, and they all fight back. Donnie using his knife that comes out of his forgive me, I'm bad with these terms. Comes out of his staff, his bow staff, and Leo actually doing a nice little ninja cut-up move where he destroys a footbot. I thought the footbots were supposed to learn from their enemies, though. Shouldn't they be a lot harder to beat? Well, anyway, they've managed to move into sucking territory pretty easily. Anyway, one footbot manages to scan the location and heads back to, I'm guessing, the headquarters where Karai is. I find this weird because shouldn't the footbot have some kind of communication apparatus? Maybe they haven't made it able to talk yet, but... And maybe that's why you need regular foot soldiers. Someone or something that has a communications apparatus with either Karai or Bradford or Zever. But no. So anyway, Raph and Casey Jones follow the footbot back. They have great animation in this, great cinematography. I think they use slow-mo again. I can't tell. I can't remember. I think they did. It's a really great scene. The animation's very theatrical at points. Like I've said before, kind of reminiscent of Transformers Prime in the third season. And eventually they destroy the footbot together, and they become good friends. And now Casey Jones knows about the turtles. Like I said, great episode, great fights, lots of fun. Raph and Casey Jones are friends now. That's really cool. It advances the plot, I think, so far as we introduce them together, and that can have future consequences for the series and for all of them. Everybody's at their A game. It's cool to see them all fight. I'm encouraged by April's fighting skills, and we'll see more of that in the next episode as she gets better and better, and what she wants to do and how she wants to express and use her fighting skills. It's very cool. Overall, a great episode. I really enjoyed it.